Hi there, this is Savewith Crypto. I do hope everyone had a good Christmas. Now, there was some comments yesterday. For example, somebody was saying, how do I get a copy of this spreadsheet? It's really easy. You need to be logged in with a Google account, like Gmail or something like that. And then you go to this link, which is in the description of this video, and then you go File, Make a Copy, and call it whatever you want. It couldn't be easier. So that's how you do that. Now, some of you might have noticed yesterday that the APRs on the farms are actually a little bit better at the moment. They were starting to dip below 400, but you got the MEX one here at like 408, which is cool. The EGLD MEX farm 399, and the EGLD ride at 410. Yeah, that's all good, really. I mean, as I've said, the decreasing APR is a function of a DEX, and it's that's going to happen. So it's a little bit depressing when you look at it every day and it goes down a little bit. But in my experience with looking at things like Pancake Swap and other kind of DEXs, the actual rate of how it decreases will slow down. So it's not like it's going to go down 10% every week. It will sort of like go down. Whatever the word is that's the opposite of exponential, but that one. So don't get too upset, just make hay while the sun shines. Now, unfortunately, last night the price of EGLD did break this trend line I drew in here, and it did drop down here, and it's trying to get back up now. I think it'll be okay, though. I think it just needs to sort of do that and then continue. Like I said before, I think that might happen, but no guarantees, of course. It would be nice to see it get above this trend line again, though. And you can also see that Bitcoin also dropped out of that channel it was in. Hopefully going to get back up there sometime very soon. I mean, today's Sunday. It's obviously quite an unusual weekend because it's holiday weekend. But it would be nice to see a nice close tonight. If this weekly candle here could close in the green, maybe somewhere here, even just 50k will do. That will be nice and bullish, and also it'd still be outside this falling wedge that we broke out of a few days ago. So yeah, I mean, it's not looking too bad. You're going to expect a bit of volatility during the holiday season when volume is low. Now, talking of volatility, somebody asked me to look at this Vlaunch project, which is to do with like Crypto and Crypto Mo and all that. I mean, I really like these guys, Crypto Lark, I think he's great. Quite like Chris, and I quite like Mo. I think they're all quite cool. BitBoy, I don't think he's particularly technical, really. That Martini guy, I love to bits. I like Crypto Jack. I even like Sammy Loyal, even though he's quite sort of negative sometimes, but he's quite cool. Is the idea of a launch pad that's backed by a bunch of YouTubers, Is that the best thing in the world? I don't know. It might be. It might be good. I mean, people like Ivan on Tech, he's very sort of like, tech savvy, really. He's, a very clever guy. And, but in a way, I'd like to see like a bunch of like software engineers and, people who've got like, years of experience in this rather than just having a good YouTube channel. Consequently, the way VPAD launched was like this. And I don't understand why no one was complaining about this like what people moaned about Ride, because this is like about 100 times worse than Ride. It went from like virtually nothing up to $1,493. It was something like a 4,000% increase. And so the chart we got left now, I mean, you have to really zoom in to actually see it. But this is what I was looking at this morning. I think there's a like a parallel channel here, maybe. Or maybe it's more like that. I don't know. But it doesn't look good, does it? It looks like it's going to fall out of here any moment and sort of go down here. So if you haven't got any of this yet and you fancy getting some, I mean, I'd be looking at putting bids, down here somewhere, 10 cents, 20 cents, that kind of thing. I mean, I might do that just for a laugh, really. Just, put in some bids at like 10 cents or something and see if I can catch a wick down there. It's almost impossible to chart anything with so little data and a ridiculous start, really. Some people were saying this was a pump and dump. I believe that quite a lot of the developer tokens were all kind of locked up for a year or something, so I don't think that that's the actual case. But the problem here is you've got people like, Chris and Da Vinci, who have like massive audiences. To be honest, quite a lot of the people who watch the channels are probably very new to the space, and saw this price going up like crazy here and just FOMO'd into it. And I mean, they must be like really suffering now. I mean, some people, say you bought at $23, you've almost lost all your money. Yeah, I hope that none of you did that. I hope you sort of either got in at the start and then hung on to your tokens, or you are waiting for a pullback like me if I decide to do that. Yeah, I mean to me it's not a project that I'm particularly interested in. Yeah, but to me, I'd just like to see more of a technical team rather than just a bunch of YouTubers. Anyway, for me, I'm just going to do a quick harvest and count what I've earned over the last 24 hours, because I did take a note of it. I do it every now and again. I kind of just have a little look at what I'm earning during the day, and I kind of make a note of what I'm harvesting, and I do that in both MEX and dollar values, and then I put that on this spreadsheet here in these kind of red boxes, so I can see what I've earned during the day. I mean, some ones before Christmas were great. Some days were like $2,300. This one was $3,000 on the 10th of December. It's obviously a little bit less now because the APRs have dropped, but I'll see what that is anyway. Yeah, so I'll just restake all that. But yeah, you can see overall that the the value of some of the farms has decreased a little bit. So, for example, this one, when I set it up a few days ago, was at just over $9,000, but then it did sort of peak at about 11,000, and now it's back down to 10,246. But as you know, I don't really bother about the dollar value much at the moment. It's just more the kind of value of MEX I've got. So I'm looking at this kind of figure here for the MEX. But to keep the dollar people happy, I'm just taking a note of that figure there, which is what the whole account is worth. So I did actually change how these columns work here. This is actually just the amount the totals have increased since December the 9th, because I was a bit confused before then. So I'm regarding this as the start, if you like. So yeah, I seem to be like 67 million MEX up, and in dollar values, it's 45,000. You can see that did peak here around the ride launch at like 54,000. So it goes up and down. You can see that on the graphs here. The dollar value goes up and down, but the MEX value increases. So that's what I'm into doing, really, is making lots of MEX, really. I mean, the last 24 hours worked out all right. That was in MEX it was 2.45 million MEX, which is worth about $1,587, which is nice. Just saw one of these comments here from FC. Managed to collect 10 million locked MEX so far. Should I convert it to EGLD? Unfortunately, you can't, because you'll see if you go to swap, you haven't got the option for locked MEX there, because that's the whole point, is it's locked MEX, which is locked up for at least another 12 months. So, what you can do with it is you could just put it into this farm here, staking farm, and earn more locked MEX. I mean, you can earn MEX as well. You can stake, and then you can choose to unclick that, but you'll get 34% rather than 408. So it's your decision, really. But you can't actually convert the locked MEX into EGLD right now. So I hope that doesn't disappoint you too much. But hang on to it, because I think it's going to be worth loads in the future. I mean, regarding the price of MEX itself, it's it's looking okay. It's making higher lows all the time. That's good. Might even see a little breakout from a triangle there. Let's see what happens, really. And the price of RIDE, how's that doing? Price of RIDE USD, yeah, that's still hovering around $2. It's all good in my opinion. I think all you need to do is just relax, keep trying to accumulate the locked MEX, and RIDE if you're doing RIDE. That's about all I've got to say for the moment. So if you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a like. Please leave a nice comment. Do make sure you're subscribed. Do click the notification bell. And above all, tell your friends.